Welcome, hockey fans, to the third game of the weekend for your Eastern Washington University Eagles. They're taking on USC Trojans tonight. They played them last Friday, and the Eagles got a win 8-4. Last night, the Eagles didn't let up, and they got a 7-4 victory over San Jose State University. So they have been on a little roll, so it will be interesting tonight to see how they come out flying. The starting lineup tonight for the Eagles: Jared Jelinek, Carson Candle, Cameron Zeliquist, Mac Tierney, and Joel Lusk. And speaking of Joel Lusk, this is his 100th game played for EWU, which is a heck of an accomplishment. And in addition to that, after last night's performance, he climbed ninth all-time in points with 130 in Eags history. So Lusk is definitely getting himself in the record books. The 100th game, 130 points so far this season. Outstanding job by him. Then speaking of Mr. Lusk, he just broke down on the near side, took a quick shot off of Chauncey's chest, bounced off to the side, but Lusk has really have come on, especially in the last 2 years. But this year, he's just flying. Here comes the Trojans. They're coming out of their end. That's it's like number 17. That was Liam Kerrigan. He pulls it up. Puck pitched up on the board. Korkek had it. He lost it. And here comes, I'm going to have to check on this. They have a 17 out there, but there's nothing on the roster with his name. So I'm going to double check with that. So I apologize for that. Eastern picks up the puck. I'm checking on now who's number 17. Looks like Zach Quazita is number 17 tonight. Well, it looks like there's been some changes, so we're going to get a new copy, and I will get that to you as soon as I get it. Puck goes all the way down into Eastern's end. There will be an icing. It'll come down to the left of Keith Chansey. But this kid's an outstanding netminder for USC. I remember him from last year. He's just an extremely talented kid. Myers was in the draw for EWU. He won it, but got tangled up in the corner. And here comes USC up a boot. He gets it, kicks it back in the neutral zone. Don DeDurkis, who had 4 goals last night for the Eagles, he gets the puck, but a little bit ahead of the play, and it will be an offside. But yes, Don DeDurkis, 4 goals last night. He just lit it up, and good for him. But again, like I was mentioning yesterday, you kind of expect that out of Dom. It's like whenever he gets it, he just seems to be able to put the puck in the net, especially if he's all by himself. Just a rocket of a shot. We got Sean Smith taking the draw for Eastern. Jacob Nickick's out there along with Carson Kendall. We got Kendall or Keegan Clark on D, and it looks like Sterling Myers dropped back. Oh, no, excuse me. That's Nate Kowalik. Eastern won the draw, but intercepted by USC. Liam Kerrigan had it. He just dumps it in the corner. Then barrel rolls Kowalik, and then the puck went around, intercepted by Eastern, and Keegan Clark picks it up behind his net. He takes a quick stop, comes up, kicks the puck over to Jacob Nickick. She's tried to kick it over to Smith. Smith got it, dumped it into the corner, and Jeff Leonoff gives chase. It's good to see him back in the lineup tonight. Here comes USC. They try to get it intercepted in the neutral zone by Eastern. That's Zetterquist that has it. He kicks it over to Waite. Waite pushes up, but intercepted by Labini. Tulik had it. He tried to kick it up to one of his linemen and went too far, rolled over. And here comes the Eags. Eli Nickish, he gets it, tries to put it up to Waite. Waite had it, tipped it a little bit too far. Dawson Bunch went in the corner, had it. Stolen by, looked like Wessler. He pushes into Biabani. Quick shot. That was off of Nigel. Nice pad save by Riley Anderson, who had just a tremendous game last night for the Eagles. Eli Nickish has it. He just pushes it in, peels off, full change for the Eagles. Here comes USC. Looks like Kopke had it. Dumps it in the corner. Keegan Clark intercepts it. Tried to get it up to the board and went a little bit too far for Mr. Lusk. And the puck rolls out into the neutral area. USC gives chase, but it goes all the way around Eastern's net. Intercepted by the Trojans. Clark gets it in the far corner. He brings it up. He just does a flip pass over to, he was trying to go for Jelinek, but didn't quite get there, didn't connect on it. Here's Tulak, who's an outstanding player for USC. This kid is extremely talented. He tried to get the puck out in front, went a little bit too far, intercepted by Kendall. Now here comes the Trojans. They intercepted in the neutral zone. That's by Simon. He kicks it out over to Konturek. He put it on net. The puck is just kind of bouncing around. Now Anderson finally smothers it up. At first, it just seemed like to be floating around there, and there was heavy trackway in front of him, and he finally went down, butterflied it, and smothered it up. 14:47 left in the period. Shots on goal, 3 for USC, 2 for Eastern. A little bit different than Friday night when the Eagles just got off to a tremendous quick start. They got 4 goals within the first 5 minutes, 6 minutes. But tonight's a little different story. It looks like USC is definitely trying to clog up that neutral zone so Eastern cannot get their speed going. And we'll see if that will continue. Tierney, he got it. He got crunched by 2 Trojans. But he still got the puck back deep over to the Durkas. And a quick dump in. That was by Kopke. He gives chase. Eastern enters up. Tried to get it over to Arbor. Went a little bit too far for Robbie. USC's behind the net. Got it out front. Nice job by Anderson to get his glove on it. Tipped it out in the corner. Back turn. He tried to bring it up over to the Durkas. Went a little bit too far for him. He peels off, goes to the bench for a quick change. I think he just got tired. But nice job by him bringing it up through the neutral zone. Here comes USC back in Eastern's end. That's Kopke. He tried to get it down deep. Nice interference by Keegan Clark on that one to prevent that. Here comes Jacob Nickish. Puck comes out over to Carson Kendall. He's got Smitty. He goes in behind the USC's net. Kendall tried to stop and bounced over his stick. And here comes USC. Puck went a little bit far. Carson Kendall gets it. He just shoots it in behind USC's net. Smith intercepts it. He gives it to Waite. Waite still has it. He took a quick shot, got his rebound, and went behind the net. Nice job by the Trojans to collapse on that one, but they're going to get a trip here. The Trojans are Wade was going for it, and no, that was Nate Kowalik that was going for it, and it got his legs pulled out of him. And it's going to be a trip on by a Bonnie. I think that's who they got it on. And that is who's going in the box for the Trojans for 2 minutes. Here's a great opportunity for Eastern to get on the board quickly. But there's no question about it. USC is playing a lot stiffer defense than they did Friday night against the Eagles. Smith is in the draw for Eastern. He wins it, kicks it over to Lusk. Lusk tries to go wide with it, gets it down to Smitty. Smitty goes down deep in the near corner, rolls it around to Dom Dudurkas. He has it. He's looking for a little quick back pass. He gets it to Lusk a little bit too far. Lusk corrals it. Again, this is his 100th game for the Eagles. Tip in front, and it looked like that was 17 of Quazita that tipped it up in the netting. But yes, 100th game for Joel Lusk tonight, as is 9th in points overall for the Eagles. So he's definitely getting in the record book. Dudurkas has, no, that was Lusk had it. He went to Dudurkas, who was sneaking down low at the top of the circle. That's where he likes to take one-timers. Went a little bit too far, rolled off, but he gets the puck, and here he goes. Intercepted nicely by Quazita to stop that rush. Smith gets it now. He brings it over the line. Jelinek has it. Jelinek got tied up. He's still got the puck all the way around. Over to Lusk. Lusk did a quick snapper, tried to get it to Arver, who was camped right in front of the net. Now there's a little scrum. Two Eagles are trying to get it away from Cocker. And the puck goes high into the netting. Cockerick did a nice job of just getting the puck out of there. He had two Eagles on top of him. But again, for 2 games, Eastern definitely looks like a whole total different hockey team than previously in this start of this hockey season. They came out flying both games. They looked extremely well, played anticipatory hockey, spread everybody out, used their speed, and their forechecking, back-checking were outstanding. Here they go again, right out in front. Quick shot. But that was blocked over by Quazita, who got in front of that, or that was going right on Chansey. Bunch has it, kicks it over to Eli Nickish for a one-timer. Went a little wide. Bunch gets it, tries to kick it on over. Nice. Jacob Nickish, he gets a one-timer, and the puck rolled off. Nice job by Chansey to get the puck over to his defenseman, who just shot it away all the way down. 10 seconds left in USC's penalty. Eli Nickish has it. He tries to do a backhand. Nice intercept. That was by Kerrigan. And now Wessler has it. He's just riding all the way. Took the Eagle with him, but the puck rolled off his stick, and here comes Dawson Bunch. Bunch just floats it down. Penalties over. Full strength for both squads. 10:20 left in the first period. Here comes number 11, Luke Kerrigan. He got tied up by Sterling Myers. USC still got the puck, though. It comes out to the point. That was by 12, Kokorek. He tried to get a shot, but the Durkis blocked it. Quick shot. That was an excellent job by Luke Kerrigan. He got it in the top of the slot with two Eagles colliding on him, and he took a quick shot. And excellent save by Riley Anderson. Again, Anderson had a tremendous game last night. Played extremely well. Puck won by Eastern. Lusk gets it. He tried to dump it off to Jelinek. Went a little bit too far. Kendall gets it. He got taken off, but that was Tierney. He he got it, shot it into the corner. Eastern comes out with the puck, tried to get it over to Lusk, went a little bit too far. Kendall, but nice play by Carson Kendall on that one. He's trying to get it over to Lusk. He's tied up by Tulak. Here's Zetterquist. He tried to do a little pass on the ice. Nice job by him. Didn't quite get to Jelinek, but that was going to be a tip-in. Good heads-up play by Zetterquist on that. He saw Jelinek cut in toward the net. Nigel, he gives chase. Got the puck to Tierney and then went for a cross-ice pass, but nice job by Simon, who intercepted it right at the top of the slot, but the puck rolled a little too far for him and he didn't get a shot. Big hit by Carson Kendall. He just kind of stopped it and he created that offside for the Trojans. He just came in and Tulak was going in, trying to get into it. Kendall stood him up and the Trojans went offside at the 8:42 mark of the first period. Sean Smith's taking the draw for Eastern. And it looks like Gavin Simon for the Trojans. Smitty wins the draw, pushes up, trying to get a push past the Trojan, which he did. Jacob Nitsch gets it. He tried to get it in deep, didn't quite go as far as he wanted it. And it goes all the way down in Eastern's end, and Keegan Clark picks it up. Try to go for a stretch pass to Leonoff. And now we're going to have, there's going to be a call against Eastern. It looks like Jeff Leonoff is going in the box, but I'm not sure what they called. Still waiting to see what the call was on that one. They're going to call a hooking on that one. Eastern player got taken down extremely hard, but it doesn't look like there's going to be a call on that one. Trying to see who the player was. That was Carson Kendall. He's going in on his own power, but he got hit pretty hard, and I think it was a clean hit. There's no question about that. I think that was Kerrigan that laid the blow on him. But without a doubt, USC is playing a little better than they did Friday against the Eagles. USC has it down in Eastern's end. Doing a little tape-to-tape, little float passes. Nice job. That was Tulak that had it. He set it up. And I'm trying to see who got it. It looks like number 11. Lou Kerrigan, they pulled it off, but that was all Tulak on that one. He just waited, delayed, and kept waiting for it. And Kerrigan finally realized what he was doing. He cut right in front of the net, and there was absolutely nothing Riley Anderson could have done on that one. He was just an excellent play by Tulak to get the pass over to Kerrigan. Well, we'll see how EWU responds because they haven't been down this weekend, to be honest with you, on either of the games. We'll see how they'll respond off that. I expect them to respond pretty positively because they have been playing extremely well. Eastern gets the puck behind their net. Quick pass up over the boards. Nice job. That was by Clark. He got it over to Jelinek, but he got tied up by three Trojans. Kendall finally gets it. He tries to push it in a little farther. Got it, but excellent job by Babani, who intercepted it. He get it out, but intercepted by the Eagles. We're still waiting for a correct roster. So, again, I'm sorry for some delay. Here comes USC. They just kind of dumped it in the far corner. Big hit by the Trojans. That was number 15, Wessler. Played a major hit. Now Arbor tries to respond to get a piece of the Trojan. Tyranny. He has it. He goes up. Arbor. Arbor kicks it over to Durkis. Went a little bit too hard off his stick, but nice job by Sterling Miner, who came in, picked it up, dumped it in the corner, and Arbor gives chase, and now Arbor's going in the box. Arbor picking up a penalty at the 5:40 mark. I think they're going to get a boarding, if I'm not mistaken. We will check on that. There's some conversation with Dom Durkis. He wants to know why, because it was really kind of a bang-bang play. It is a boarding penalty that they got on Arbor. So he'll sit for 2 minutes, and we'll see what Eastern can do with this. They've done a good job of penalty kills the last 2 games, but USC's definitely playing more their style. They're more tight-knit. You can see it. Their passing is deliberate. They know exactly where their guys are going, which is different than what happened on Friday. But I think that was just because Eastern jumped on them so quick. They didn't give USC any time to get going. So different USC team right now. They got the puck. They try to come around. Nice job by Simon. He tried to sneak it behind Anderson, but Anderson hugged that post really well, or that was going to go in. Nice job by Riley. 4:52 left in the first period. 1:12 in the penalty to Arbor. USC's trying to get them to chase them, and Eastern's doing a good job of staying in their positions. They're not falling for that. USC's trying to set up a guy on the back door. Eastern's doing a nice job of clogging that up. They can't get to him there. USC's definitely looking to push that out there. The puck rolls out in the neutral zone. Jelinek gives chase. But nice job by Eastern. They knew that USC was trying to set up a guy behind the net and try to crash it, and Eastern's just not letting them have that passing zone. Tulak is in behind Eastern's net. He's dangerous back there. He pushes it out to Wheeler. He takes a quick shot. Nice job by Anderson to push it out. I really like how Eastern's keeping where they're supposed to be. They're actually going into a 1-2-1 setup once they get the Trojans to control the puck, which is working well. I don't think USC's recognizing that right now. I think they're just used to the 2-2, but Eastern subtly went to a 1-2-1. And USC really hasn't gotten except one good shot on this penalty kill. Lusk almost got a breakaway. Again, USC's got to be careful. Eastern will attack with a man down. They don't care. They're used to it. And so they will attack you if you're not careful. And USC almost got bit on that one. Lusk almost had a breakaway. Jelinek intercepts it. He pushes it up to Carson Candle. Quick shot by Jelinek, and he scores at the 3:06 mark. Excellent job by Carson Candle, who got the puck. Jelinek broke down the middle of the slot, and perfect pass right on his stick. And Jelinek did not miss on that one. Excellent job by both those players, Jelinek and Carson Kendall. Great response by Eastern on this one. because it's almost both teams were kind of just, okay, they're getting in a little bit of a lull, but nice job by Eastern to come back and answer. Kendall in for the draw for Eastern and Powell for USC. It was Jelinek from Kendall. Oh, there's a quick job. That was, again, Jelinek. Now it's reversed. Jelinek, he gets the puck, kicks it on the net, and there was Carson Kendall just parked right to the right of Chauncey, and the puck just kind of bounced back to him, and he buried it. So reverse from the first goal by Eastern, which Jelinek got assist by Kendall. This time, Carson Kendall gets it assisted by Jared Jelinek. Excellent job by those two. They are clicking. And again, that's what I've seen out of Eastern so far this weekend. They're starting to gel together. They're playing the anticipatory style where they know where they're going to be, and now they're doing a lot of no-look passes because they are getting used to each other, getting the feel for each other, just like that last goal. Kendall knew where he wanted to go, and Jelinek saw him and plucked it there. Arver gets a quick shot, then gets knocked down for his trouble. Kowalik in there battling in the corner. He's battling Polsky. Now Arver joins the fray. And the puck squirts out on the near corner. Nikolov, he had it. Tried to kick it over to Myers, but went a little bit too far. Dudurkas intercepts it. Arver tries to kick it all the way down. USC's player lost an edge, and here comes Dudurkas from a check from Myers, who got the puck to him. And Dom almost put it behind the net, but I think it was the defenseman that actually blocked it. He ran into Chansey, and I do think that Polsky's the one. No, I take that back. That's Vargas that kind of knocked that puck down, but excellent heads-up job by the Trojan. A minute 22 left. Puck picked up by Leonoff. We got an interference coming up, and I think it's going against USC. Jeff Leonoff went in there, and he basically got stopped, and the puck wasn't there, and it's penalty is going to go against number 12, Cole Kocharek. He's in the box for interference. .107 left in the first period. Eastern's putting a little bit of pressure on the Trojans right there. Nice job by them. Sean Smith is taking the draw for Eastern. You got Jelinek, Arver, Lusk, and Dudurkas out there for the Eagles. Smith wins the draw. Quick shot by Joel Lusk and gloved down by Chauncey. Excellent play by Keith Chauncey on that one. There was a little bit of traffic in it, but he tracked it really well and snagged it with his glove. Smith wins the draw over to Jelinek, who pushed up to Lusk. Lusk over to Jelinek. Jelinek goes down low, pushed it around the net. He was thinking Arver was going to go behind him, and he didn't, but nice job by Smitty to run interference on that one to Dudurkas, but then USC steals it, and here they come 2-on-2. Nice, excellent play by Lusk. He went down on one knee with a stick that blocked that passing lane up, got it. Long pass by Dudurkas to Smith, and tipped off his sticking into the netting, but excellent job by Joel Lusk to even get down one into the play and then to block up that passing lane, or they would have had a quick shot by the Trojans, but good heads up by the Eagles. But they are doing a nice job of back checking and forward checking in this game, and they've been doing that all weekend. 35 seconds left in the first period, a minute 19 in the period to the Trojans, so that may carry over unless Eastern gets a score here in the 35 seconds that are left. Kendall wins the draw, kicks it over to Bunch. Bunch pushes it over to Eli Nickus, who shoots it all the way in. And Karcher, he's the one that gave chase. He gets the puck back. We got Carson out there with Kendall, Eli Nickish, Bunch, and Jacob Nickish. And that is the end of the first period. Shots on goal, 13 for Eastern, 8 for USC. Eastern's up 2-1 on scores by Jared Jelenic, assists by Carson Kendall.
All right, Joe, so what did you like from the team that period?
Honestly, I thought we started a little bit slow. So what I liked from it was the end of the period. We started picking it up, started taking it to them a little bit more. Passes were much harder. So I'd like to see us continue that.
Awesome. And then what are you looking for to kind of keep momentum or direction?
Well, goals are always nice, right? But I think we can keep on doing our best to stay out of the penalty box. And if we can put some penalty kills and stop them from scoring on us, I think that improves momentum.
Awesome. All right. Thank you so much.
You got it. Thank you.
All right. That was an interview, and I didn't pick up. And my stat man, Travis Allen over here, I'll try to figure out who they got on the interview. But Eastern is doing a very good job of staying positional hockey. They're not getting scattered. And the USC is trying extremely hard to try to see them. They get them off their step, but Eastern is not falling for it right now. But we're going to step away for the next 12 minutes or so. But again, EWU 2, USC Trojans 1, and we will be back in 12 minutes. Welcome back, hockey fans. My name is Gary Allen. We're getting ready to start the second period between your Eastern Washington University Eagles against the USC Trojans. Score 2-1. Eastern's favored. USC got on the board first at the 7:25 mark. Lou Kerrigan with an assist from Akil Tulak got on the board for USC, and then Eastern responded at the 3:06 mark. Jared Jelinek from an assist from Carson Kendall, and then it reversed roughly 10 seconds at 2:51 mark. Carson Kendall gets a goal with the assist from Jared Jelinek. So it's been a very entertaining first period between the Trojans and the Eagles. EWU picked up 2 penalties in the first period, and USC Trojans also picked up 2. So it's been an evenly played game. 13 shots on goal for Eastern and 8 for USC. USC starting this period for the next 30 seconds in the box. That was Kokarek. He's in the penalty box with 20 seconds left for interference. Eastern putting pressure on them, but USC picks up the puck, shoots it all the way down into USC zones. Jelinek picks it up. He goes behind their net. He floats it up to Dom Durkas. Durkas cuts across in the middle. He tried to get it up, intercepted nicely by USC. That was Simmons or Simon that picked that puck up. Nice job by him to intercept it. And now Arver gets it. He tries to kick it up to Joel Lusk. Again, this is his 100th game as the EWU Eagle. He just dumps it up, pulls off for a line change. Here comes the Trojans. Now they're at full strength. That's a quick shot by USC, and it snuck by. Kopke had the puck, pushed it up. I think he caught Riley Anderson a little off guard on that one. It looked really innocent at first, but it was 25 Justin Kopke who picked up the score for USC to knock this up at 2-2, the 1846 mark of the second period. But that was a little bit of a fluky play. But anyhow you look at it, USC has tied this game up, and we'll see how Eastern comes out and responds. Quick start for USC, but it was off of an innocent start of the play. It just, I think, caught the Eagles a tad bit off guard on that one. Eastern won the draw, but the puck rolled off the stick, comes into the neutral zone. Eastern just floats it back into USC's end. Dew had it. He just pushed it over Cochran. Cochran still has it. He tries to go over to Locke up to Cochran. He just kind of poke checked it in the neutral zone. Eastern intercepted it. And Kepke was unassisted on that one, so he is a scorer for USC. Eastern has it behind their net. Tried to get the puck up around the boards. Took a strange hop. Corralled by Carson Kendall, who dropped it off to Nikolov. Myers just shot it in the corner. He peeled off for a change. Jelinek gets it. He tries a quick shot on net. Blocked down by a Trojan. That was Tulak that got in front of that shot. Kendall has the puck. He got knocked down. Jelinek joins in, gets the puck back to Kendall. Jelinek has it again. He shoots it around the net, and there's no Eagle there. Then we got a little tie up down in the corner. Nikolov had it. He tried to pinch it in. Lusk comes in, intercepts it. But now here comes USC. They got numbers 2-on-1. Quick shot. Anderson kicks it into the corner. Little helter-skelter going on right now, but Eastern comes out. Here comes Joel Luss. He cuts right in the middle of it. He takes a quick shot. Nice job by Jansen to knock that away. Excellent play by Lusk. He ended up cutting in front of the defense, but had a good shot. But Chansey's right there. Here comes USC right back. Smothered up by Anderson. That was Cho that came in on top of Anderson. Choi is in the draw for the Trojans, as is Eli Nickish for Eastern. Nickish won it, tied up on the far boards. Clark gets it. He tried to backhand it up to Durkas. Intercepted by a Trojan who dumped it out front, and Anderson just smothered it up. The puck was rolling off of a couple of Trojans that were right in front of the net, and the Eagles couldn't corral it. Great job by Riley Anderson just to come out of the crease and get a stoppage. 16:24 left in the second period. Harvard gets it in the neutral zone, tries to get it over to Durkas, who does. He tried to push it back up to Harvard, didn't quite get there, but there's going to be a tripping penalty on USC. Durkas tried to cut out in front, and the USC player, I'm trying to see who went in the box, but it was pretty blatant that he got his stick tied up in between the Durkas's leg, and it looks like it's going to be, could be Simon that is going in the box. That's Babani that got the penalty. I stand corrected on that. So Aiden Babani, he's in the box for a couple minutes. Eastern wins the draw, gets it tied up in the corner. That's Sean Smith that got tied up with two Trojans. Durkas intercepts the pass. He takes a quick shot on Chauncey with Arvert coming on top of him, but Heath Chancey was right there and smothered the puck. Chancey's an outstanding netminder. I remember it vividly from last year. Quick shot by Eastern. Puck comes out to Lux, who does a one-timer, one a little high. The Durkas has it. He just turns around, backhands it behind the net. Arver picks it up, hassled by Tulak. And he gets the puck, and he shoots it all the way down to the zone, and Lusk comes in and picks it up. Lusk moving up full speed now. He spins off into the middle. He tries to cut around it. He does. He tries to put it out to Smith. Smith tried a one-timer, but Tulak did a nice job of lifting his stick right when Smitty was going in for the puck. And USC intercepts it and dumps it all the way back down to Eastern zone. 48 seconds left in the Trojans penalty. Dom Durkas, he's coming in. He does a couple of dekes. He gets it, tries to toe drag it to himself, rolled off his stick, but he still got it to Joel Luss. Now back to Durkas. He takes a one-timer, knocked down by excellent job by Quizita, who's battling right now with Jelinek. And Tulak gets it, and he knocks it all the way down into Eastern zone, stopped by Roddy, who pushed it behind the net to Jacob Nickish. He's getting hassled, but nice job by him to get a puck up. That's the Jelen. No, that's Dawson Bunch that has. He dropped it back to Kendall. Nice intercept by the Trojans. Puck comes out in the neutral zone. Eli Nickish to his brother Jacob. He crosses the blue line. Penalty's over for the Trojans. Full strength now. Kendall has a puck. He takes two Trojans with him, almost split them. Jacob Nitchin knocks the puck down right over to Kendall. Kendall had it, and Chauncey smothered that up. Nice play by Jacob Nitches. He knocked the puck down in the air. saw Kendall breaking toward the net, pushed it to him, and Kendall tried to get a quick shot on him, but Chauncey came out on the crease and smothered the puck up. Nice play by Heath Chauncey. 13:57 left in the second period. 19 shots on goal for Eastern, 12 for USC. Puck bounced high and over to the far corner. Here comes a one-timer by Joel Luss. Nice job by, that was number 6, Polsky, that blocked that shot. He got right in front of the shooting lane. Eastern was trying to see if there was a hand pass. They didn't go for it. Nikolov, he intercepts a Trojan player who pushes into his own end. Puck comes out of the neutral zone. That's Kerrigan, the goal scorer for USC. He brings it all the way in. Intercepted by Carson Kendall for the Eagles, and he goes a stretch pass to Jelinek, who pulls up, waiting for Lusk, who does a one-timer. Excellent save by Heath Chauncey on that, but superb play by Jared Jelinek and Joel Lusk. It was 2 stretch passes that got in, and Lusk did a nice shot on Chauncey, but he just closed the door on him. Excellent play by all 3 of those players. Here comes Jared Jelinek. He pushes it up. We're going to have a penalty. We got a couple of people talking. That was Kendall's one of them for Eastern. And it looks like Polsky for USC, they got tangled up. They're both going off, but I'm not sure if who got the initial whistle blown on. So we will see what happens. I definitely know that Michael Polinsky, he's in the box for USC. Still trying to see what they're giving Kendall for him on the. Conversation. Don Bedurkis is talking to both officials. I'm not sure if he was agreeing why Campbell got sent in the box. Again, I didn't. And now here comes number 7. He's in the box also. Kevin Nygren. I think he got the initial whistle. He's in the box for USC. They still haven't put up why Kendall's in the box. But Eastern. They will have the man advantage. So it looks like Kevin Nygren got 2 minutes, and then Kendall and Kerrigan got, and they haven't posted what they got, but they're in the box. They're offsetting, so Eastern will have the man advantage. I will, as soon as I find out why Kendall's in the box, I will let you know. Eastern does have the man advantage. Joel Luss has the puck, cuts over by Arbor. He goes in. Okay, they gave Campbell 2 minutes for holding offsetting along with Kerrigan, but that initially they got a rough on USC, and that's going against Nygren. So he got a roughing penalty. That's how Eastern's on the man advantage. Arbor gets it. He tries to take a quick shot. Nice job by Kokorek. He blocked the shot, and USC dumps the puck all the way down. There's 35 seconds left in the penalty to USC. Here comes Eastern breaking out of their end. Don Bedurkis gets it. He goes cross ice over to Dawson Bunch. Bunch comes in. He decides better, pulls up, kicks it over to Eli Nickish. Bedurkis has to do a quick wrister. Nice block away by Chancellor on his stick side. Nickish gets it. He does a quick shot in front of traffic and smothered by Heath Chancellor. And now there's a conversation, which looks like Jacobnich is down there, but he had 3 Trojans, including Heath Johnson, went over directly at him. So I didn't see anything that Nickish did, but all 3 Trojans instantly went toward him, intercepted by the linesman. So that's interesting. We'll see if anything develop out of that. 9 seconds left in USC's penalty. Tierney gets it. He does a quick shot. Bounced off Chansey. Karcher, he was in there causing all kinds of problems for Heath Chansey, but the puck didn't quite get to him. But nice job by Karchner. Puck rolls all the way into Eastern's end. Tierney, he gives chase. He kicks it over to Zetterquist. Zetterquist up to Nickish, Jacob. And Karchner, he gives chase. USC dumps it in the neutral zone. Nice intercept by Zetterquist. He slowed down the play. Here comes USC. That's number 15, Wessler. He does a quick shot. Nice job by Anderson to knock that down. Here comes Zetterquist. He looks for a stretch pass to Eli Nickish. Rolled a little bit too hard off of Nickish's stick, but it goes behind the net. Here comes the Trojans in the neutral zone. One-on-one battle. Quick shot. Nice job by Kowalik to make sure nothing happened on that one. He took Kopke wide on that one. Gave Anderson plenty of sight to knock that puck down. Right now there's just a little free-for-all puck rollman in the neutral zone. Now it rolls all the way down to the Eastern's end. Zetterquist gets it all the way on the near boards to Durkas, who tried to flip it off the board, intercepted by the Trojans, and they just kind of left it there. And here comes Arver giving chase with Dew. Arver gets it. He does a no-look pass right out in front. Almost worked. Eli tried to do a quick shot. It kind of rolled off his stick, but here comes the Trojans. Nice intercept, and that was by the Durkas to stop that, or that would have been a one-timer. Here comes Eastern with Sean Smith breaking in all by himself. He cuts in front, does a quick shot. He scores, and there was going to be a penalty called on that one. Sean Smith picked up the puck basically right before the blue line and decided to go all the way down on the near side, and he cut right in front of the D-man from the Trojans, who had no chance at all of stopping him. He was going to get a penalty on it, but Sean Smith gets on the board at the 8:52 mark for the Eagles to get that the lead 3-2. But excellent job by Sean Smith. I think that's going to go unassisted. We will wait to see, but excellent play by Smitty on that one. He just handcuffed the USC defenseman, and he only shot was, and I think they were going to get him for a slash, but Smitty buried the puck in between Chauncey's legs. No, they're giving an assist to Joe Lusk on that one, so great job by Mr. Lusk, who gets on the board. Continue with that 9th place overall point total for EWU. Quick shot by Jelinek, went high in the near corner. Puck rolls out to Eastern, and that was to Myers, who took a one-timer. And now Heath Chauncey goes up and takes a stick at one of the Eagles, and I don't know if he's going to get called on it, but he definitely jabbed the Eastern player. So it'll be interesting to see what the officials do. And it looked like that was Carson Kendall that got Chancey's stick. And they're not calling anything on that. That was a strange one because it was pretty blatant with Heath Chancey swinging a stick at Carson Kendall. Sean Smith taking the draw for Eastern. He wins it. Puck comes out to Jacob Nickish, who dumps it off to Nikolav. He gets it. He took a quick shot, went behind the net. Smith gets it, tries to get it back up to Nikolav. He just shoots it behind the net. Smith gives chase, as did Leonoff. Puck rolls out high. Myers gets it. He shoots it. Leonoff gets behind the net. He loses the puck, but then he ties up the USC player, and they're just battling behind the net. Here comes Jacob Nitsch. He's in to help out, laying off, and the Trojans intercept the puck. Koloff gets a nice job by him to ride off the Trojan. He tried to get it up to Eli Nikic, but he got knocked down. The puck comes out into Eastern's end with Sterling Meyer giving hustle and picks up the puck, goes behind the net, stops, comes back out, kicks it over to Koloff. He gives it back to Myers. Myers coming in full steam. He's in. The Trojans then try to take a quick shot, but excellent job by Choi that took him off the puck. Here comes a quick shot by Myers. He goes in, crashes in, and again, Chancery's taking liberties right now. He's giving a little extra shots to the Eagles, and I'm surprised that the officials are not clamping down on that because, again, Myers went right into him, but he stopped, and Chancey gave him a little bit of push after the whistle was blown. We will see if anything transpires out of that. But Eastern did a nice job of putting heat on USC right there. We got Eli Nikic taking the draw for Eastern. Matt Kearney on defense, as is Cam Zetterquist. Dom DeDurkas is out there, and Robbie Arver, and that's who's out representing the Eagles. Quick cross-ice pass. Picked up by Politsky. He tried to shoot it in, but nice job by Mac Tierney. He blocked it down, get it up to Nikic. Eli's in. He goes a quick pass to Arver. Arver took a one-timer, but it rolled off his stick, and now they're going to be a penalty against USC. And a quick shot. That was by Dom DeDurkas, who picked up the puck. I'm not sure if it was an Eastern player that got it out to him or USC that tried to shoot it out. But DeDurkas intercepted at the blue line and took a shot from there, and it went high, and it went over the shoulder of Keith Chancey. But nice job by Dom DeDurkas to sit there and unload at that time. Excellent play by Eastern, and that gave him a little life. So we will see if he gets an assist. It looks like they're giving Zetterquist and Arver the assist on that, on Dom DeDurkas' goal. So they are on the point board tonight also. Here comes USC. They come right in. Nice job of riding him out. Was it Eagle? And that was Karchner. Wade gets in, puts the body in. He blocks the pass. Here comes Bunch. He goes over to Wade. Intercepted by the Trojans. 5:35 left in the period. And the intensity is definitely picking up right now. Both teams are throwing the body a little bit more. There's an example. Joel Lust just blew up Wessler. Quick shot by the Eagles. They're doing a good job of spreading the puck out there. Chancellor just gloves the puck, says, okay, we're going to take a break right here. He smothered it up in his glove hand. 4-2 Eastern. And the ice is definitely flipped for roughly about 4 or 5 minutes. The Trojans were really putting a lot of heat on EWU, and then all of a sudden Eastern just flipped the script on them and just has put relentless pressure on USC, and that's how they got their 4 goals right now. 5:04 left in the period. Kendall in for the draw for Eastern. He wins it. Got it back to Joel Lust, who took a quick shot, but that was a nice job by the Trojan. That was Simon that knocked the puck down. Puck rolls back down. Koala gives chase, but it's going to be an icing. And it will be to the right of Heath Chauncey. Like I said before, I said it on Friday, and I'll say it again. Heath Chauncey is an outstanding netminder. USC is real fortunate to have him. He holds him into a lot of games. I just like how he plays. He's a little fiery, which is okay. There's no harm in that, but he's an outstanding netminder. Puck won by the Trojans, who just kind of pushed it up. That was by Bonnie, who just kept charging and kept pushing the puck up. He wasn't really trying to control it. He was just kind of push it back by everybody. Got into the zone, but Eastern corralled him. Lusk gives chase. Now he's behind the net with Jelinek. Ridden off by, looks like that could be Kendall. Trojans has it behind Eastern's net, intercepted by Clark. Clark steals the puck from the Trojan. He pushes it up to Lusk. He's got Jelinek on his far side. Quick shot by Joel Lusk. Went off the side of the net. Kendall picks it up, tries to push it out front to Jelinek. Intercepted nicely by Kerrigan for the Trojans. He just pushes out in the neutral zone. Nice stick work by Kendall, who went around 2 Trojans, but then finally got intercepted by Simon, who stood him up. And here comes Simon in with the puck. He tries to go near post. Good job by Anderson to hug that, or that was going to go in over the top shelf. Nice job by Riley Anderson. Puck comes out to Lusk. Lusk does a wheel around, put it in the neutral zone, intercepted by the Trojans. But now here comes Joel Lusk again. He's breaking in. He's got Kendall behind him. Quick shot by Lusk. Went up high in the near corner. Puck rolls off in the neutral zone. Jacob Netsch, he was trying to push it back behind the Trojan, intercepted, but he got it back over to Nikolov, who pushes up to, it looks like Leonoff that he got it to, and he just shot it in the corner with Smith's chasing. Puck goes behind USC's net. Puck's on the near board. USC's trying to break out, but just nice job by Nikolov. And Leonoff, who ended up with the puck in the neutral zone, shot it behind the USC's net. Puck comes back out with Mac Turney picking it up. He dumps the pass off to Sean Smith. Smith, he just threw it in on top of the netminder, and he smothers it up. 2:27 left in the second period. 4-2 Eastern over the USC Trojans. Shots on goal, 34 for Eastern, 15 for USC. But Eastern's playing a smart game. They're playing a real controlled, high-paced, spread-out offense, and that's really clogging up what I think USC is trying to do. They're trying to utilize their speed, but they're just not getting a breakout, but that's because of the positional hockey Eastern's playing. Mac Tierney has the puck. He kicks it over, tried to get it to Zedequist, and went a little bit far, intercepted by the Trojan, who he's looking for help, but there's no one there. Tierney, he gets it behind the net to Zedequist. Now USC intercepts it. Quick shot by USC, but nice, excellent job by Dom DeDurkis to get in the way of that shot by USC. Cross ice pass from Zedequist to DeDurkis went a little bit too hard off his stick. Tolik, he has the puck behind the net for USC, and the puck rolls out in the neutral zone. Cam Zedequist getting it. He pushes over to Mac Tierney. He tried to get it Arver, intercepted by USC. That was a nice job by Lou Kerrigan. But Eastern gets it again. That was picked up by Eli Nickish, who looked up and saw Dom DeDurkis breaking in, laid it right on his stick, and DeDurkis gets another goal, but that was all set up by Eli Nickish on that one. Excellent job by those two players. They got USC scrambled, and they couldn't figure out where Eastern actually was at. And an excellent job by both players to, one, get the puck, two, look again. That's that anticipatory style. And Nickish just realized that the Durkis was going to be there, and he just buried the puck without any doubt on it. Chancey had no hope of stopping that puck. Clark tried to get it up, but he shot it a little high into the net. But excellent job by Eastern on that one, especially at this time of the game. That really will will wear on the Trojans. You never want to give up that goal in the last minute or two, but they did. But that was an excellent play by Eastern. You got to give them full credit on getting that into the net. 1 minute left in the second period. USC tried to push the puck out in front of the net. Nice job by Kowalik to block it. Did it again, and then Anderson just smothered it up. Little push and a shoving going on in front of the net, but nice job by Nate Kowalik to get his body and interfered with some of those shots that USC were trying to do, because Joe was putting a lot of pressure down in Eastern's end. But nice job by the defenseman core. Simon's in the draw for USC, as is Kendall for Eastern. Simon's won the draw. Puck goes behind the net. Here comes Gerald Jelinek. He had it. He was looking for Lusk, but intercepted nicely by Kerrigan. He still has the puck in neutral zone. And here comes Quizda. He had the puck knocked off by Eastern. Eastern does a quick full-length pass to Lusk. Quick shot by Joel Lusk. An excellent job by Heath Chansey. But I'm not mistaken, but that was Carson Kendall that picked up the puck on the far side on the blue line, and he saw Lusk breaking down, and he did a nice little feather balloon pass to him right on his stick, and he got it. And excellent shot by Lusk, but excellent save by Chansey. 20 seconds left in the period. Kendall got the puck, rolled off his stick, comes in the neutral zone. That will most likely take this period down to the buzzer. But I stand corrected. Here comes Jelinek. He came out of nowhere to pick up the puck and got a quick shot on him. Now we got a little push and a shoving with Kendall and a couple Trojan players in front of the net. But that was a nice job by Jelinek. I thought the period was going to ride off of that, but Jelinek grabbed the puck, saw it, tried to push it up to Kendall so they get that shot. Excellent job by the Eagles. Kendall wins the draw, but intercepted by the Trojans, who just pushed it behind the net, and that will take care of this period. But again,
All right, Joel. So what does it mean to hit the 100-game milestone, like on home ice with this group of guys?
Yeah, it's been fun. Had a great time here at Eastern. Just yeah.
Is there anything kind of special that sticks out from your time here?
Just the group of guys that we have. It's always just been a super fun time, and found some lifelong friends here. So
Awesome. All right, thank you so much.
well, that was Joel Lusk getting interviewed. And it was difficult for me to hear. Hopefully everybody out there heard it. But anyway, 5-2, your Eagles up over USC. Shots on goal, 37 for the Eagles, 16 for the Trojans. Eastern basically, after the first 2 minutes that period, really took it to USC. They were putting a lot of pressure on them, and USC was having trouble really kind of corral Eastern. And as long as Eastern continues that with their wide open style, I think USC is going to have some problems trying to corral them in. But we will see what kind of adjustments USC makes, because they're a team that they don't quit. They continue to push forward. And when you got a netminder like Keith Chauncey in there, you're in the game. But again, talking about goalie, Riley Anderson's having an unbelievable game again for Eastern. He played extremely well yesterday, and he's picked up right where he left off. But we're going to take a break here. We'll be back in about 13 minutes. Again, my name is Gary Allen for EWU Hockey. We will see you in a bit. Welcome back, hockey fans, to the third final period of this exciting hockey game pitting your Eastern Washington University Eagles against the USC Trojans. Eagles are up 5-2. They kind of took over that second period after about the second, third minute mark, and they just put on a ton of pressure on the Trojans. But to recap the scoring in the second period, Justin Kopke got an unassisted goal for USC, and that tied up the game. Then Sean Smith, with an assist from Joel Lusk, playing in his 100th game for the Eagles, he gets on the board. Then Dom DeDurkis, he comes back on the board at the 6:25 mark from Cam Zemmerquick and Robbie Arver. And then Dom DeDurkis got a beautiful pass from Eli Nickish, scored again, and that was with about a minute and 20 left or so in the period for them to open up a 3-goal lead. But outstanding job. But in the first period, we had Luke Kerrigan from Tulloch for USC, and then Jared Jelinek from Carson Kendall, and then they reversed it. Carson Kendall got a goal from an assist from Jared Jelinek. And then again, Sean Smith from Joel Lusk, Dom DeDurkis from Cam Zenderquist and Robbie Arver, and then Dom DeDurkis from Eli Nickett. Getting ready to start the third period, we got Carson Kendall taking the draw. Jelinek on his one side, as is Joel Lusk on the other one. You got Mac Tarney and Cam Zetterquist, and that rounds out your Eagles starting this third period. Jelinek gets the puck. He loops around. He decides to back pass it over to Kendall. Kendall's in the far corner. There's going to be a penalty on USC coming up, and that's going to be a tough start for USC. It's going to be an interference call. And that's going to go against number 12, Cole Kokarek. So he's going in the box for 2 minutes for interference. Here's a golden opportunity to really put just a ton of pressure on USC if the Eastern can get a goal here. Lusk picks it up. He goes in the slot, takes a quick shot, went high over the net. DeDurkis gets it. He pushes it forward, intercepted by Kerrigan, and he pushes it all the way down with Lusk giving chase. Lusk gets the puck. He's starting to build up some steam. He's in the neutral zone, crosses the red line. He's in all by himself. The player from USC fell down. Lusk got it, shot it high to the right of Chauncey. USC intercepts it with Lusk coming back, picking up the puck. He's looking to get to Jelinek, but he's getting hassled extremely well by 25 Kopke. He wouldn't let up at all. We got another penalty coming up. It's going to be an elbow. I think that's going to go against Dom DeDurkis, elbowing at the 18:49 mark. Dom's in the penalty box. So that'll be 4 aside and for another minute 15, and that's when USC will take the man advantage if nothing else happens on this one. We got Jared Jelinek out there for Eastern, as is Carson Kendall. Looks like Sean Smith. And it looks like Sterling Myers is out there for Eastern. USC gets the puck. They roll around. That was 11. Kerrigan, he gets it over to Dolet. He just dumps it in. There's a little tie up here on the near boards. Myers gets it, tries to get it off the board, but good intercept by Kerrigan, who knocked it down, but then Myers gets it back up, pushes it up to Jelinek, but a little bit too much of a stride ahead of Jelinek, and it will be an offside. 18:13 left in the third period. Eli Nickish is out there. He's going to take the draw with Parker Waite. Myers is out there, as is Dawson Bunch for the Eagles. Kopke is out there for the Trojans, as is Kerrigan. and Wessler and Nagden. Nickish gets the puck. He's in the far corner. Two Trojans are bad on him. Nickish is trying to take the puck out. It kind of bounced right in front of Chauncey, who knocked the puck away with his stick. Nice job by him. Good heads-up play. Chauncey wants to see a tripping call on the Eagles. There is not going to be any call. He thought Wade tripped the player, but the referee said no go. And Anderson just smothers up a soft shot by the Trojans. 3 seconds left in USC's penalty. 49 seconds for Don Durkis on his elbow. Left for him. Weisler is taking the draw for USC, and it looks like Candle for the Eagles. Candle, when he tried to kick it up to Jelinek, but Tulak, he stuck his stick in there, pushed it up forward, but Eastern got it down and knocked it down. USC's full strength. Tulak has the puck. He's coming up on the near side. Jelinek tries to run interference on him. Tulak did a nice job, but excellent defensive play by Nikolov. Pushed the puck away from Tulak. USC controls the puck. Kerrigan has it. He kicks it all the way over to Wessler. Puck went wide to Tyranny, who kicked it up, and Carson Kendall just tipped the puck all the way down into USC zone with Tulak giving chase. He pushes the puck up to Polsky, who got ran over by Sean Smith. Puck picked up by Clark, got it up to Durkis, who's out of the penalty box. Here comes Smith again. He just floats it in behind the net of USC so that Leonoff gives chase. Smith runs interference for USC. Puck rolls in. Keegan Clark gets it in. Eastern's in. And Kowalik just dumps it out. Eastern's hassling the USC Trojans in their end. That's Jacob Neshitz. Here comes Keegan Clark. He tries a quick shot. Went off of the leg of Quezada. Went up high into the netting. There'll be a face-off to the right of Keith Chauncey, who's had a strong game, even though USC is down 5-2. Chauncey's played extremely well. He's made 33 saves so far. So he's had a stout game. Eastern's just been putting the puck in the right spots. Kendall won the draw, tried to push the ran in front of the net, went a little bit too far. Les couldn't get to it. Nikolov, he pushes all the way around the net. Puck comes out. Myers tried to get it. He intercepted, pushed it to Kendall. Kendall, nice little flip pass over to Lusk. Lusk shot it. Chauncey saved it, and he looks like he's shaken up from that high shot. Lusk got him up high in it, and Chauncey just kind of just keeled over. Trainer staff from EWU is coming out to look at him, but it was a hard shot by Joel Lusk. Excellent job by Myers and Nickish to get the puck out to Lusk, and Lusk just unloaded a shot. And when he does, it's a rocket. Jane Tank Hofacker is one of the trainers for Eastern. He's out there checking on them along with Jose's over there to keep an eye out on what's going on. It looks like it caught him up a little bit up by the collarbone. He's shaking it up. He got up under his own accord. Hofacker, he was making sure that he could move well, and it looked like Chauncey was finally got it. I think it just got stung him, kind of right in that pad area where the collarbone is a little bit exposed. But it's good to see Keith Chauncey is back up on his own accord. He's getting ready to go. The faceoff will be to his left. Carson Kendall will be taking the draw. We got Golov, Myers, Jelinek, and Lusk out for EWU. Telling the players to skate back a little bit from the circle. Kendall wins the draw, came out to Lusk. Nice job. Ran interference by Kerrigan, so he couldn't get a clean shot. Puck rolls out of the neutral zone. Myers gets it. He just dumps it behind USC's net. Trojans picked it up, and they just dumped it all the way down, and will it roll far enough for an icing? Or no, Anderson will have to smother it up because USC chased it. And you got to give credit to Bonnie. He didn't give up at all. He went down all the way down. That's why Anderson had to smother it up. 15-18 in the third period. And again, Eastern can't rest on their laurels so far. USC doesn't go away. They're a good hockey club. There's no quit in them. And there's still plenty of hockey left in this game. Shot went wide of Eastern. Puck picked up by DeDurkis. He tried to get it over to Arver, went a little bit too far, but Robbie's behind the net, one-handed. He kicks the puck back to Eli Nickish out front. No one there for Eastern. A nice play by Eli. And here comes the Trojans. Quick dump in behind Eastern's net. Tulak gives chase, so to Zetterquist. Puck comes out of the blue line. USC just dumps it behind Eastern's net. Quick shot out there. Nice job by Anderson. I don't know if he could see it. There's so much traffic, but he did a great job of knocking that puck down, or that was going in. Here comes Arver. He kicks it up to DeDurkis. He's in. He tried to go wide. He does. He cuts around, does a backhand, but Johnson kicked it out with his blocker. Excellent job by those two. Eastern still keeps the puck in. Eli Nickish gives chase to Tulak. He gets it up on the near board. He just shoots it in. Kowalik gets it. He turns around, knocks it in the neutral zone, get it out of there. And Eastern gives chase. Keegan Clark picks it up in the neutral zone off the boards to Durkis, back over to Clark. He gives a quick, nice little pass over to Parker Waite, who shot wide, but nice shot by him from a tough angle. It was on net, just a little too far. Kowalik knocks the puck all the way in. Waite gets it. He goes in. He's trying to get a backhand pass out to Karchner. And he did a nice little job, went a little bit too far. And here comes the Trojans. They had numbers. Kowalik stopped them. Here comes Waite. He's doing a couple digs. He does a quick shot. Chauncey knocks it off with his stick. Here comes a quick rebound shot. And I'm trying to see who did that. Nice job by the Eagle player. And that was Tyler Karchner, who he was trailing the play, and he saw the puck come out. Nice job by him. Took a quick shot, smothered up by the Trojans. Sean Smith wins the draw for EWU. Puck try to get it past everybody, but it wouldn't go, and it's in the neutral zone. Quick little floater pass. Nice job by Eastern to smother that up. Here comes Smith. He does a couple of dekes. He tried to get it up to Jacob Nish, but it went a little wide. Eastern just dumps it in the Trojan zone. Jacob just gives chase. Here comes the Trojans. Try to do a quick backhand pass, but no one was there for the Trojans. Just about three Eagles. They intercepted it, pushed it in the neutral zone. Leanoff gives chase to Tulak. Tulak gets it over to a Trojan on the far side. He takes a quick shot. Anderson gets it. Went off his glove. Excellent job by Sterling Myers to get the puck out of harm's way. Meyer intercepted quick, but nice shot. And Anderson had to be quick on his toes on that one because that ricocheted off of a Trojan player and went right on net. It looked like it was innocently going out wide, but like I said, it tipped off a Trojan player, and Anderson was there and smothered it up. Good heads-up job by Riley Anderson, who's had an outstanding game again tonight. Trojans win the draw. Tulak gets it. Quick shot. That was by Kokrek. Puck goes behind the net. Trojans picked it up, gets it out to Kokrek, who was hassled by Joel Lusk. and he just won't let Cochran go away. Now he breaks out 2-on-2 with the Eagles. Cross ice pass, didn't connect, but the Trojans pick it up anyway. That's Wessler. But he loses it, and here comes the Eagles. Here comes Jelinek. He's one-on-one with Tulak. Tulak tried to kick it out of the way over to Lusk. Lusk got it over to Clark or Carson Kendall, and he shot it high, went up over the top of the net and smothered up by Heath Johnson. But nice play by Lusk and Kendall. 11:27 left in the third period. Shots on goal, 44 for EWU, 19 for the Trojans. And Eastern has dominated this offensively, but Heath Johnson's played extremely well. This game could have been another 3-4 goals for Eastern. Arbor has it in the corner. He's battling two Trojans. Eli Nikic decides to go join, and he gets the puck. Now back to Arbor. Arbor does a quick spin around to Dudurkas, but he couldn't get a shot off. Dom has it. He does a quick deke, does a quick shot, went up high, but that was tipped by a Trojan. If I'm not mistaken, that's Kopke that got his stick in the way of that, and it went up high into the netting. Face-off will be to the right of Heath Chauncey. Eli Nikic is taking the draw for Eastern, and it looks like Latchlin Wessler for the Trojans. Nikic wins the draw over to Arbor. Arbor did a quick shot. Nice job by Heath Chauncey to even knock that down. I don't know how he saw that. There was two players in front of him, and Arbor unloaded in that far side. Draw again with the two players. Nikic wins it, kicks it over to Dudurkas, who's in the corner. He loops it around to Kowalik, right between his feet, and here comes the Trojans. Puck goes behind the net innocently. Keegan Clark gives chase. Trojan tied him up. Nikic is doing battle with the Trojan behind the net. He tried to push the puck up to Arbor, went a little farther. Arbor with that long reach. He gets the puck back, kicks it up to Nikic. Dudurkas is trying to get there so he has someone to pass to, but it intercepted by a Trojan, and that was by Luke Kerrigan. Nice job by him. He just floated up in the neutral zone. Here comes the Trojans again. A little lackadaisical pass by Eastern on that one, intercepted, but no harm, no foul. Clark gets it, kicks it up to Dudurkas. He has his head up. He's looking for Arbor, and he decides to try to push it into the corner, but intercepted by the Trojans. Here comes Sterling Myers. Myers gets it. He sets up Dudurkas, and he buried it in the top shelf. Absolutely nothing Heath Chauncey could have done on that one. Dudurkas, what he did extremely well is he just floated in. Myers knew he was coming. Myers bid his time and just set Dom up perfectly for a one-timer. But excellent work by Sterling Myers just to wait, and got Dudurkas in right spot, just buried in the top shelf. And like I said, Heath Chauncey had no hope on that one. That was right at the top of the slot. And there was literally nothing he could do on that one. And when Dom Dudurkas takes a full shot, it is a rocket. And it's tough for any goaltender to knock down his shot. But again, I give a ton of credit to Sterling Myers on that one. Without his hustle and heads up, knowing that Dom was going to be in that spot, wouldn't have happened. So excellent job by both of them. We got Tyler Karchner. He's going to take the draw for Eastern. Dawson Bunches out there, and Parker Waite for Eastern. Karchner wins the draw. Went a little bit out of Wade's reach, but he kept battling him. But USC corrals it. They're in the neutral zone. Quick pass, but nice job by Wade. He intercepts it. He takes it, draw back to himself, and then wound up and took a nice little shot. And Chauncey smothered it up. A nice play by Parker Wade on that one. He just kind of pulled it back and just bought himself a little bit more time. 9:42 left in the third period. 6-2 EWU over the Trojans. Eastern wins the draw. They just push around the corner. But I can't say enough how this coaching staff has got this team turned around for these 3 games. Outstanding job by the staff on that one, because coming back from a 4-game loss last week in California, you're wondering how Eastern was going to respond, but excellent work by the staff, because they got Eastern playing extremely hard hockey right now. These 3 games have just been outstanding by Eastern. A couple little lulls, but overall, they just played great hockey, Eastern has. 9 minutes left in the third period. Parker Wade's going to go in. I think they're going to go with an interference, or he's going in the box, but I'm trying to see what they called on him. Then they gave him a misconduct to Eastern's bench, but I'm not sure who said something to the official, but they're sending Joel Lusk in. So Joel Lusk is going to get a misconduct. Parker Wade is in the box. And I think they're going with an interference on him. I'm waiting to find out. But both those players are gone for 2 minutes. So here's an outstanding job and opportunity for the Trojans. 5-on-3. So if the Trojans got any shot at getting back in it, this is it. Roughing got for weight. Unsportsmanlike for Lusk. So Waite's in for roughing and Lusk in for unsportsmanlike, and USC has a golden opportunity to try to corral back into this game. Tulak has the puck. He goes out wide. He does a quick shot, fanned on it, but he still gets the puck. Nice job by Nikolov. Quick shot by USC. Good job by Riley Anderson to knock that puck down, and then excellent work by Carson Kendall to pick up the puck and shoot it all the way down. And here comes Tulak again. He's trying to set up, kicks the puck over to his line, but quick little tap in. And there's Riley Anderson in there making a big save off of that one. That was a nice little tip by USC. And that was the tip was by, it looked like to me, Kopke. Eastern's doing a great job of putting the pressure on. Here comes Jelinek. He's in by himself. He does a quick deke. Puck rolled off of his stick, but nice job. Jared Jelinek still has the puck, just eating up some valuable time. He's battling 3 Trojans, but he just burnt the USC defenseman on that one. Great job by Jared Jelinek. Quick shot by USC, kicked out by Anderson. 24 seconds left in both penalties to the Eagles. Eastern's done a great job of staying in their position and pushing the Trojans out toward their blue line, which USC's trying to go down deep behind the net, but Eastern's not letting them. Again, here comes Jelinek. He steals the puck. He's just going to eat some more time up, just floats the puck in on the net. Chauncey kicks it out, and Eastern killed off the 2-man advantage USC had on him. They're even streak. Here comes Lusk. He lays a big body check on the near side. Excellent job by Eastern on that penalty kill, because that was the one hope that USC had to try to get back in this game. But then Anderson stood on his head on about 3 of those shots. He kicked them right out. Excellent work by Eastern. Again, this coaching staff has Eastern playing at a high level right now. And this is kind of what I was expecting to see from Eastern. And it took them a little bit, but these last 3 games, if this is an indicator how they're going to play, they are going to be tough down the road. Sean Smith is in the draw for Eastern, as is Quidada for USC. He wins it, but it went all the way into the neutral zone. And Eastern's just doing a great job of stopping anything USC's trying to do in the neutral zone. They're clogging up the passing lanes, using the body to slow them down. They've done an outstanding job tonight of really controlling the neutral zone. Smith tries to get it out front, went a little bit too far, but nice heads-up play by him. We're going to have an offside, but Sean Smith was waiting for Jeff Leanoff to cut in in front of the net and just a little bit wide on that pass. But again, that's that anticipatory style of hockey Eastern's been playing for the last 3 games. They just kind of know where they're going to be now, and they're connected on it. Just outstanding play by Eastern. Eli Nikic wins the draw, pushes into USC zone. Arver gives chase. He stops the puck. Now here comes the Trojans at 6:08 left in the third period. They just dumped the puck behind the net, and Anderson just decides to smother it up, which is a good call by him because Eastern was doing a line change, and there was only one player in front of 3 Trojans. 48 shots for Eastern, 22 for USC. Again, Eastern has just, in essence, dominated this game. Here comes Dom DeDurkis. He pushes up, almost got a breakaway. He did get it back. And Chauncey was initially going to try to poke check it, pulled back up. Dom got the shot, went high and gloved by Chauncey, but that's what I'm talking about. Chauncey's an outstanding netminder. Great play by DeDurkis, but even a better play by the netminder for the Trojans. Carson Kendall's in for the draw for Eastern. He's going against Joe. Won by USC. No, I stand corrected. That was Simon that was taking the draw for USC. Kendall wins the draw, pulls it back to himself, tried to kick it over to Jelinek, went a little bit too far, and here comes the Trojans breaking out 3-on-2. They have numbers, but great job by Cam Zennerquist. He knocked it down, got it out to Jelinek. Excellent play by Zetterquist. Quick toe drag by Luss, but intercepted by Tulak for the Trojans. Nice play by him. Puck rolls out in the neutral zone. Myers gets it. Long pass over to Lusk, who just tipped it in. So Kendall gives chase. Here comes the Trojans. Cross ice pass. Intercepted nicely by Dawson Bunch, who dropped the puck back to Kendall, but he was offside, so Kendall's holding up on it. Here comes Bunch, looped around. He's battling a couple of Trojans. Excellent job by EWU. That was Luss that took him off the puck. And here comes Tulak. He intercepted at the neutral zone. He comes in all by himself. Tried to do a little one-handed push shot. Nice job by Riley Anderson to realize that and just smothered it up. Faceoff's going to come down at Eastern's end. It's going to be to the right of Riley Anderson. Anderson's had an outstanding game. That's back-to-back games he's played. Unreal for EWU, and that's what they needed because USC was getting a little bit momentum, but then Anderson makes a couple big saves for him and turns the momentum totally back in Eastern's favor. Comes USC on the attack. Clark gives chase. Puck comes out in neutral zone. Dawson Bunch almost had a breakaway, but nice job by the Trojans to finally get back into play. He drops the puck to Wade. Wade lets try to move the puck over to Kowalik, who just dumps it into the corner. Karchner gives chase, lets up to so Wade could take over. Parker Wade runs into a Trojan. Clark intercepts in the neutral zone. He's trying to find Wade. Puck rolled off his stick. And here comes Karchner. He pushes back to Clark. Clark sets up. Tries to go cross ice pass, won by 2 Eagles, but they're going to say no icing on that. Touched a Trojan stick. Leanoff gives battle. He gets the puck over to Tierney. Over to Zetterquist, who shoots it in to the Trojan zone. Smith gives chase, as did Leanoff. Here comes USC. They just dump it into Eastern's end. It gives chase, more of a dump and chase game. USC steals the puck. Zetterquist had no choice. He's going to get a penalty, but he had no choice if he didn't take the guy down, and that's going to be an interference, but the Trojans would have had a break. So that's one of those penalties that you would consider a good penalty because that would have been a break for USC solo. So Cam Zetterquist is going to go in for interference. 3:15 left in the third period. 6-2. Your Eagles are on top of the Trojans. Face-off won by USC. Quick shot by Tulak. Knocked down by Myers. He pushes it out. USC corrals it back in. There's that back door they try to do, but it hasn't worked for them tonight. Puck comes out over to Tulak. Tulak tried to take a shot, took his eye off the puck, fanned on him, but still recovered and pushed down in Eastern's hand. Carson Kendall gets it. He just dumps it in. Tulak has it. He's trying to set things up. He brings it with a head of steam. He's in by himself. A nice job by Dawson Bunch to ride him off of it. Puck comes out, and it was out of the zone, and there will be a face-off for an offside. 2:26 left in the third period. Parker Waite is on the draw on that one. Squirted out far, and the Trojans intercepted it. Now Waite gets it back. He's got Bunch on his left. Dawson gets the puck. He just pulls it out, which is smart on him because didn't have the numbers. Great hip check by Dawson Bunch. Buries the Trojan in the boards. Keegan Clark gets his body in front of the shot. Eastern's just doing everything correctly right now. Here comes Bunch. He's got Waite on his left. Tried to get the pass to him. Tulak intercepted that. Nice job by him. And here comes the Trojans behind their net. Minute 45 left in the third period. 6-2 Eastern. Clark picks up the loose puck. He just dumps it all the way in right on net, so there won't be an icing. I stand correct. The penalty's still going on. I thought Zetterquist is out. My apologies on that. Still 5 seconds in Zetterquist's penalty. But Eastern's just did an outstanding job of shutting this down. They have not let USC get any momentum on the power play whatsoever. Anything USC was trying to do, Eastern would either plug up the passing lane or they would plug up the shooting lane, and they wouldn't let them get out of the neutral zone cleanly. And USC just could not set up any kind of offensive attack. Excellent job by Eastern. And kudos all the way around for how this coaching staff has got this team turned in the right direction. And it's going to be interesting to see them move forward because they are playing outstanding hockey right now. A little quick pass to Jelinek went a little bit too short for him, so he loses the puck. USC comes back. But Nikolov, he gets it. He gets tied up by a USC player. Candle's just trying to eat up some time. USC players taking a little bit of aggression out right now on Eastern for just trying to hold the puck. And it is getting a little bit feisty down there. 30 seconds left in the game. That was Polsky that's really putting a lot of frustration on the Eagles player. USC pulled him off the ice. There's no sense in doing anything crazy right now. This game's over. Eastern's going to win it. Durkis gets it. He looks for Lusk. Lusk has it. Lusk gets hit, but the USC player came to hit Lusk, and Lusk got the best of it and just dropped the Trojan player, and that took care of the period. And EWU pulls off 3 victories, 2 against USC, 1 against San Jose. Outstanding job by EWU. I can't say it enough. Just how well they played this weekend. USC is a solid hockey team, and Eastern just handed it to them. They just plain took it to them, as did the Eagles against USC. I have nothing but highest regard for Heath Chancellor. He did everything good for USC, but it was just too much. EWU, that there just wasn't much USC was going to try to corral them with. But again, I keep saying that I give a ton of credit for the Eagles coaching staff, because They lost, like I said, 4 games last weekend, and you were wondering how they were going to respond this weekend. And, man, they came out on fire. Friday, they started off extremely quick, got the first 4 goals against USC, and then they ended up winning that game. Then they came against San Jose Spartans. Again, took it to the Spartans. And then today, out of the whole game, I would say there was 2 minutes that USC had the best of the play. But besides that, the Eagles just dominated this. So they get a 3-game victory this weekend. You couldn't ask for anything more. Outstanding hockey by the Eagles. They're on the road, if I'm not mistaken, next week. I'm sorry I didn't look at the schedule in advance. But you can log on to EWUhockey.com or go to the Boosters website, the EWBoosterClub.com. The schedule is on that. I know Eastern will be here in 2 weeks. I know they're playing University of Montana. They play them on a Friday, and then they play here on a Saturday. So check that for a schedule. But anyway, the final score here at the URC in beautiful Cheney, Washington, Eastern Washington campus. EWU 6, USC 2. Thank you for tuning in. Next game, we'll have the play-by-play Tyler Pisani with me. But anyway, thank you for joining us. Go Eags. See you at the Barrel House. Yeah, they're looking good right now. No, you can blame me. You can tell him, well, he told me to do it.